It's April the 6th, Thursday, and we have Easter fast approaching.
Easter and Passover week for our friends, and so happy Easter and happy Passover week. Another week of economic data, and the data is beginning to show a slowdown in the economy. That's not surprising. That's what the Fed wants. And it's putting more and more emphasis on what we've been saying, that second quarter earnings are going to be critical to give an indication of where the market goes.
And we're seeing more negative outlooks from S&P 500 companies. So they're redoing their numbers, and that the negative to positive ratio is 3-to-1, and that's never a good indicator either.
No, in our industry, you can go back and you can see all kinds of historic data. I saw one report yesterday that goes back all the way past World War II. And when certain indicators like ISM numbers, you mentioned the
consumer sentiment numbers drop below a certain number that they use as a peg, that's always an indicator.
Right. ISM below a certain number, the inversion of the yield curve, all these things are beginning to line up that, again, that it's indicating a recession is coming. And we've been saying for the last year we're really in a recession. But the officials saying it is officially, in their opinion, recession is still in front of us. Yeah. Now, another report we saw that said on average, going back again to World War II, the recessions that have occurred, the average time once it is officially stated you're in a recession takes 5.3 months to come out of that recession.
Right.
And I think the longest one was 14 months.
And that was 2007.
That's right.
And we all remember that. So hopefully we won't have a 14-month recession, but I think it'll be longer than 5 months.
All right. So
somewhere in between.
So we're still focused on second quarter earnings. We're still looking at treasuries for monies that are maturing. And in effect, we're going to get us into the summertime where we'll have another amount of cash that is coming due, and we'll be evaluating where the market is. It might be a time to buy, or it might be a time to renew another 3 years. But we're as you said a couple weeks ago, we've hit the pause button.
Yes.
Now, let us go.
Shift gears here.
Yeah, switch gears, and let us relieve some alarm if you have it. Something unbeknownst to us occurred because of an internal business that we're doing.
Yeah, we made a decision to do something that was good for the business and good for one of our advisors. And in making that election, we change percentages on business.
Yeah, our compensation is coded, and
yes.
So we have a code that says John and Gibbs code, and we've told you about these young advisors coming up, and one way for us to compensate them is he and I internally share some in our code, share in our compensation, which involves a meaning of changing the code. It doesn't mean anything else except how internally we're doing business.
And unbeknownst to us, the SEC requires that notification be sent to all people affected. So right. A lot of our clients are in the code that was a 50-50 code. In fact, it's our biggest block of business, and we made that change unbeknownst that it was going to generate a letter. And I got a phone call from one of our great clients yesterday wanting to know if I was retiring, and that perhaps I should have told him first by calling him. And again, we had no idea.
It caught us by surprise.
It caught us by surprise, and we really pride ourselves on trying to work ahead of the curve. And so we were behind the curve on this one. You will receive, if you're impacted, you will receive an email today. It's in compliance, explaining exactly what we just said. We went into more detail here than we did in the email.
And again, it doesn't mean that if you're associating me with your account that I'm changing. It doesn't mean if you're associating Gib with your account, he's changing. It doesn't mean that you'll be talking to EJ in this business. It is simply something internally how we're trying to provide a compensation structure within HMC, and it doesn't have an effect to you. So we want to assure you we're still here. We're still your go-tos. We got good young folks that are coming along.
So we have to take care of
that. We need to operate a business.
It's much to do about nothing, but that is the reasoning behind it. And again, you'll receive an email from us.
All right.
Today, probably.
Happy Easter for you golf folks, the Masters. We're both excited about that. Neither one of us play golf, but we both enjoy it. To watch it, especially this tournament. So enjoy that. Happy Passover, and thank you for everything you do for us. And we mean that from the bottom of our hearts to you. Take care, and we'll see you next week. But remember,
it is your money.
And your money matters.
All right, see you next week.